Welcome out to another episode of It's All Been Done Radio Hour, a live modern comedy show in the style of old-timey radio, recorded monthly at Mad Lab Theater in Columbus, Ohio. Our next live show will be Saturday, October 8th at 3:30 p.m. It's only $5 to get in, and tickets are available at madlab.net/tickets, so check it out. We'd like to thank Mad Lab, we'd like to thank Packrat Comics in Hilliard, Ohio, where we used to record, and we'd like to thank IABD Presents. It's All Been Done Presents is a multi-platform entertainment content network based in Columbus, Ohio, and is our parent company. So if you go to iabdpresents.com, it links you to a radio hour website and also has a lot of other really cool stuff. So one other podcast on there is Dirty Story Night, which is kind of our after party that the cast and crew of It's All Been Done Radio Hour get together and tell really filthy stories with famous personalities and characters. So you might enjoy that if you are a mature audience. Definitely not for children. So this week's episode was one recorded very special at Packrat Comics for their free comic book day event. The sound quality is a little different because we were in a different room, kind of a big empty concrete room, so there's a little bit echoey, but I think it sounds pretty good. I hope you enjoy it.
Our final feature this afternoon is Daniel Kravitz, Chosen One.
Who's Daniel Kravitz?
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. Our final feature is Addie Reynolds, Chosen One. Addie is a delightful antique store owner who has been tapped as the Chosen One to stand up against the ultimate evil and save the world.
It is my pleasure.
Together with her best friend Josh.
Hi, folks.
Her mentor, Rufus Reginald Rochester.
Good day to you all.
Rufus's niece, Ragina.
Excuse me, I believe I'm Abby's best friend by now, don't you?
And Grezit the Green, a green-skinned being Addie befriended her first week on the job. Yeah. Addie will battle the minions of darkness and protect us all.
I was born in the city of Columbus, Ohio, and was the nicest one in my class, waving a big hello. By the time I hit grade 10, everyone was my friend, but I don't feel like I belong. I don't feel like I belong. My parents died when I was but 16. Misery and grief drove my pals to leave. Weepy and real sad, no more friends did I have, so I sat and made up this song. Grown up now, I run a little store full of things that I adore. And now I have a friend. My heart begins to mend. Josh Wallace would never do me wrong. Then one day this British man shows up at my door, speaking of fun things I'd never heard of before. Monsters that don't scare like Grezit right there have helped me hold off the evil throngs. I now love my life even more each day. I hope this group is together to stay. Especially that Rufus, who is such a silly doofus. That's the end of the Abby Reynolds song. That's the end of the Abby Reynolds song. Goodbye.
Tonight's episode begins at Abby's antique shop, where the gang has gathered at the close of their day.
Whew, what a day.
Oh, is my Joshy Washy tired? I'll take you home and put you to bed.
Ugh, get a room.
Yes, I'd rather not see my niece get smoochy with her boyfriend in public. Thank you very much.
Oh, don't be so stuffy, Uncle Rufus. I'm an adult. I can cuddle Josh if I want to.
Ooh, I want to cuddle Joshy.
Thanks, Grezit. That's flattering, but I like women.
If I were a woman, I would cuddle Josh. Or if I was still a monster, I would cuddle Josh whether he wanted to or not.
I'm glad you decided not to be a monster anymore, Grezit. And it's much nicer to have you as a friend. And I'd hate to have to chop off your head for unwanted cuddling.
Please do not chop off my head, Abby. That has never happened before. It's already most unpleasant.
Don't worry, Grezit. I'd never do that.
Speaking of things we never do, when are we hitting the bars and clubs, Abby? I've been wanting some time with my best gal pal, and you are always so busy.
Sorry, Regina. It takes a lot of effort to save the world. Speaking of, do we have time to squeeze in another training session tonight, Rufus?
What? Sorry, what?
Are you with us, Rufus?
Sorry. Something just feels off to me. I can't quite put my finger on it, but... I'm sure it's nothing.
Well, I trust your gut, Rufus, so if you figure out what it is, let me know right away.
Of course. Sorry, what was it that you asked me?
I was just wondering if you're not too busy, can we do another training session this evening?
Oh, of course, Abby. I've got the mats all set up in the back room, and we can begin whenever you're ready.
Ooh, can I watch? I love seeing you in action, Abby. It inspires me, as a woman, to see such a strong female hero.
Oh, Regina, you're making me blush. You can train with us if you'd like.
Oh, no. I'm afraid that's not where my skill set lies, but I'll be happy to watch.
Okay, Rufus, lead on.
Of course, Abby. Right this way.
I'll see you later, Snookums.
I do not know what you see in her, Snookums Josh. Regina is rude to you. Rude!
She's a special person. There are sides of her you don't see, Grezit.
Ooh, there are many sides of her I do not want you to see. But there are many sides of me I would like you to see.
Grezit, I told you, I'm flattered, but you're just not my type.
Why not? You do not like my chests? Are my ears not lovely?
Of course they are, but I just prefer human females, and you're a male Baru.
Like Regina?
Yes,
Or?
Don't get me wrong. I like being with Regina. I just always thought Abby and I would end up together.
You like Abby Reynolds? Josh and Abby sitting in a truck.
Shh. They'll hear you. Yes, I've liked Abby for years, and she's not interested in me, and Regina is. It's nice to be with a woman who notices you.
I understand. Sometimes I miss my own Blumpikins.
Why don't you go home to him?
I cannot leave Abby. She saved me and she needs me. Her mission is more important than my own life.
I understand that. Quick, Grezit, hide! Hello, I'll be right with you.
Hey, quick, hand me that lampshade.
Welcome to Abby's Antiques. Are you two looking for anything particular today?
Yeah, I'm looking for Addie. Is she here?
Abby, I don't think so. Are you friends of hers?
We ain't never met, but I aim to change that. I'm Gary, and this is my sister, Teresa.
Nice to meet you.
Shut up, Teresa. I said I'd do the talking.
Sorry, Gary.
As I was saying, we are looking to meet Abby Reynolds. Is she here?
Not right now, but I'll let her know you stopped by.
We'll wait. I said shut up, Teresa.
Sorry, now look at that lamp.
That big green one that looks like a monster with a lampshade on its head?
Yeah, it's so lifelike.
I think it's downright ugly.
What was that?
It comes with sound effects. I'm sorry you missed Abby, but I don't think she's coming back tonight. Why don't you stop back tomorrow?
I think not, little man. If Abby isn't coming back, then you have a problem. Because I am to leave her a message, and I ain't doing it on paper. Your body will have to do.
Grezit throws the lampshade off and attacks Gary. Before he can get a good hold, though, Teresa morphs into a 10-foot tall ogre, having to duck to avoid the ceiling, and hits Grezit on the head. Grezit falls to the ground, unconscious.
I knew that weren't no lamp. Now you went up and upset Teresa. Gonna take me hours to get her back to normal.
Sorry?
You're gonna be. You got 2 minutes to get Abby Reynolds here, or...
Or what?
Abby Reynolds?
Yes, I'm Abby Reynolds. Why is my friend unconscious on the floor?
That green ugly thing is your friend?
You're friends with monsters?
Shut up, Teresa. Abby and I are talking.
Well, he's certainly rude, isn't he?
He sure is, Ragina. I don't know who you are, but you should never talk to a lady that way.
First of all, she ain't no lady. She's a 10-foot tall ogre.
Still a lady.
And second of all, she's my younger sister who I've raised since she was 12. So I'll talk to her any way I want.
Not in my store, you won't. I didn't catch your name. What was it?
Gary.
Abby, shall I fetch your battle axe?
I don't know, Rufus. That depends on what these two want.
I want the chosen one to fix my sister here.
I'm sorry, I'm not a magician, but even if I were, I wouldn't change a thing about that sweet pumpkin.
Me, pumpkin?
Yes, honey, I love that cute little wart on your nose. So cute.
Thanks.
Shut up, Teresa. You will fix my sister here and turn her back into something other than a monster. I'll kill your boyfriend here.
Gary raises a gun and points it at Josh.
Excuse me, he's my boyfriend?
You'll get nothing from me if you threaten my friends.
Abby, if I may, I believe we can avoid some bloodshed here. I've seen what Teresa has before, and it's perfectly natural. But I think I might be able to reverse the process if she would like.
Really, old man? How can you do that if the chosen one can?
Well, I've studied various magics and potions over the years, and I've a book that should tell me the ingredients I need to suppress her more ogre-like characteristics.
Then what you waiting for? Do it already.
Suppress? I don't like the sound of that. People should be who they naturally are, not made to artificially be something they're not.
It ain't up to you, chosen one. Unless you're faster than a bullet, you let the old man do his voodoo, and I'll put a slug in his body.
I told you I don't like threats.
I don't rightly care if you like him or not. Your choice. Fix my sister or the boy gets it.
It's okay, Abby. Don't worry about me.
Hush, Josh. You're my best friend.
Wait,
I'm
your best friend.
Oh, I'd never let him hurt you. Fine, Rufus. Do you have the ingredients you need here?
Yes, I believe so. Abby, let me just look up the procedure.
Very slowly, old man. I don't want my trigger finger to get itchy now.
Of course.
And everyone else, stay put exactly where you are.
Rufus moves to the shelf and grabs a book. Flipping pages, he begins moving around the store, gathering herbs and vials and muttering to himself.
So Teresa, is it?
Yes.
Do you agree with what your brother is doing?
It don't matter if she agrees or not. I'm gonna save her from being an ugly monster.
I like being ogre. Hard to stay looking human. Feels better this way.
It'll feel better when you got your normal skin again.
Why can't you love your sister for who she is?
Could you love someone that hideous?
I think she's beautiful.
Thank you. Glad he doesn't love ogres.
Shut up, Teresa.
Why is that, Teresa?
I said shut up.
Gary whacks Teresa and she falls silent, staring at the floor.
How we coming, old man?
Nearly there. Actually, it's rather simple potion, really.
You better make sure it's right. If you get it wrong, I'll kill the boy.
Oh my god, you really have a one-track mind, don't you? Just kill, kill, kill. Be more creative.
What would you suggest?
Well, if it wasn't my boyfriend you were threatening, I'd actually have a whole litany of...
Done. Here you go.
Rufus hands the potion to Abby. Gary reaches out to take it. Abby looks at him, but doesn't hand it over.
Gary, I really don't like you. You're a bully, and I can't stand bullies. Bullies should never get their way.
I don't see how you have much of a choice.
The chosen one always has a choice.
Tossing the bottle to Rufus, who catches it, Abby springs into action, lunging at Gary. At the same time, Grezit, who has woken up on the floor, grabs Gary's legs. Attacked on two fronts, Gary quickly goes down, the gun wrestled from his grasp.
There! That's what bullies deserve!
What are you gonna do to me?
Josh, will you call the cops, please? I think we can think of something, right, Teresa?
Right. Thank you, Abby Reynolds.
Oh, brilliant, Abby. Bloody brilliant.
I helped too.
You were great, Grezit.
Thank you, Josh. Care to reward me back at home?
No thanks.
No.
Well, it looks like you all have things well in hand. I think I'll head home for the night. See you tomorrow, Abby, Uncle Rufus.
Good night.
Take care.
Bye, Regina.
Cheers.
Well, I think we could all stand to get some sleep. Teresa, do you mind watching Gary here while I go clean up my back room?
Of course, Abby Reynolds.
Great. These guys will keep you company.
Abby goes into the back room, but she doesn't realize she's followed by Josh until she turns around and nearly bumps into him.
Josh, you scared me!
Sorry.
You don't have to help me clean up. It's just a couple of mats and a few knives and...
I'm not here to help you clean.
All right.
Abby, what you said out there about people, being who they should be. Well, I have a confession to make.
Oh, I'm sorry, Josh. I love you dearly, but I only see you as a friend.
What? No, not that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have assumed.
Well, you assumed correctly, but it's not just that. You see, Abby, I'm not really your friend.
Of course you are, Josh. What a silly thing to say.
No, let me explain. I work in a coffee shop down the street. You always come in and buy a couple of frappuccinos for you and Daniel, and I just...
Daniel? Who's Daniel?
Your best friend.
You're my best friend, Josh.
No, that's what I'm trying to explain. I admire you, Abby. You were so cute and sweet, and you just had this amazing energy about you. But I knew you liked Daniel and would never go for me. So, I wanted to be with you, and I wanted to have what you and Daniel have. So, I found a sorcerer, and he cast a spell for me.
What are you talking about?
You're not the chosen one. Daniel Kravitz is. And you're his best friend. Wait, I can make this right.
Josh pulls a charm out of his pocket and breaks it. Sparks and purple smoke drift off of it, and Abby looks up, knowledge in her eyes.
Oh, Josh, what have you done?
Don't worry, Daniel's fine. He's at his normal training spot. The spell is broken. You'll all have your memories back, and everything else will go back to normal in just a few minutes. I know you could never forgive me for what I did, but please, believe I only did it because I thought I loved you. But as soon as I got to know you, I knew I didn't love you enough if I was willing to let you live a lie.
Thank you, Josh. Believe it or not, I do know how it feels to be on the outside of something you want.
Do you think that, maybe someday we might be friends?
No.
I just thought that...
You broke the spell of your own free will, and I'll give you credit for that. But I don't condone your actions. I could never be friends with someone who plays with people like they're puppets. If I were you, I'd leave town and never come back, because I don't think Daniel will even be as understanding as I am.
Right. Of course. I'm so sorry, Abby. Wait, there's just one thing you should know about her.
Don't make this any harder than it is. Just go, Josh.
I hope I see you around.
You won't.
Abby, where is Joshy?
He's gone, Grezit. just being ahead again.
No! I want my body back!
Oh, stop your whining, you're fine.
I liked you better as Abby Reynolds, the chosen one.
Me too, Grezit, me too.
And so ends our episode of Daniel Kravitz' Chosen One.
It's All Been Done Radio Hour number 36. Daniel Kravitz' Chosen One, number 7. Abby Reynolds' Chosen One. Starred Wendy Parks as Abby Reynolds. Shane Stefanchik as Rufus Reginald Rochester. Ryan Yohe as Grezit the Green. Amanda Iman as Ragina. Seamus Talty as Josh. Virgil von Hartzel as Gary. And Addie Peelle as Teresa. It was narrated by Chris Allen. Sound effects provided by Seamus Talty. Music composed by Nathan Haley and Jerome Wetzel. Check out our website, itsallbeendoneradiohour.com, and if you tweet at us or post about us on Facebook, please hashtag it IABD.
I thought so. It's your video.
I like this song a lot.
Jerome, are you having technical difficulties?
We are. Yeah, it's trying to play it back on computer speakers instead of...
How many Americans does it take to set up a wireless speaker?
All of us.
I don't know.
No. So you can do it a cappella?
I can sing it.
Okay, if you want to, go for it.
I was born in the city of Columbus, Ohio, and was the nicest one in my class, waving a big hello. By the time I hit grade 10, everyone was my friend, but I don't feel like I belong. But I don't feel like I belong. My parents died when I was but 16. Misery and grief drove my pals to leave. Weepy and real sad, no more friends did I have, so I sat and made up this song. Grown up now, I run a little store full of things that I adore. And now I have a friend. My heart begins to mend. Josh Wallace would never do me wrong. Then one day this British man shows up at my door, speaking of wild things I'd never heard of before. Monsters that don't scare like Grezit right there have helped me hold off the evil throngs. I now love my life even more each day. I hope this group is together to stay. Especially that Rufus, who is such a silly doofus. That's the end of the Abby Reynolds song. That's the end of the Abby Reynolds song. Goodbye.